welcome back to my channel. Happy Valentine's Day, or late Valentine's Day as this is coming out. I hope that you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day and got to share it with either somebody special or your friends and family. Anyway, as voted in my community post, I am drawing the canon ship moonbli, which is Moon and Kibli. Now, this is one of the best ships in the series, and I'm going to specifically explain why. Disclaimer, if you prefer any of the other ships that these characters are involved with, that's your opinion. It's valid. You can like whatever ship you like. But personally, this is the ship that I like. Anyway, let's get into it. Now, for us to really understand why this works, in my opinion, over Moon and Winter, we first have to go over each character individually. So let's start with Moon. Moon is an anxiety-filled dragon that wants nothing more than for the people around her to trust her and be her friends. And a lot of the time, she has a hard time opening up about some of her, personal things, like the way that she can see the future or read minds, because she's very afraid of how that's going to affect her relationships and the people around her. Now, Kibli, on the other hand, is very outgoing, very social, and he's very street smart, and he understands a lot of the time when, the difference between lying because you're scared of telling the truth and lying because you're malicious. Now, this is important for later. Keep that in mind, okay? Back to what I was saying. Now, every single time Kibli interacts with Moon, he's being kind and understanding. Now, let's talk about Winter. Now, no fault of Winter, but he's very rigid and doesn't understand other dragons very well, especially not Nightwings. It has been built into his culture for hundreds of years. So, it's understandable why he has these preemptive thoughts about this, but it doesn't excuse it. And the way that the relation between Moon and Winter is written is, I think, supposed to be a parallel between Foe-Slayer and Arctic. Because at times, Foe-Slayer and Arctic seem like they're in love, especially at the start of their story. But as time goes on, the toxicity that Arctic's tribe has for Nightwings eventually leads to the relationship falling apart very quickly. Now, in the present time, every time Moon has said something about herself and has opened up about anything personal, Winter immediately goes in to attack her character, saying, or thinking things like exactly what Nightwings would do. I shouldn't trust her, and is often very rude. For me, this doesn't make a very good dynamic, because it's clearly pulling at the fact of relating Winter to Arctic, which makes a lot of sense, especially for his character growth in his book, because his branch splits where Arctic did not grow out of this behavior, Winter did. So, although he wasn't right for Moon because of where he was at the time, I do think that Winter is a great character and definitely has a chance with someone in the future. So, Moon and Kipling, yeah, versus Moon and Winter. Basically, to sum it up, most of the interactions between Moon and Kipling are very friendly and very like chemistry building, whereas most of the relationships that or interactions that she has with Winter are very negative throughout the story until he goes through his character development. But at that point in time, it's already a little too late, you know? He's working on himself and that journey has started, but it didn't start soon enough for him to really be a good dragon at the time talking to Moon. So, that's kind of my opinion on that ship. And I know that this is going to be controversial because I know the ship is like either the most loved ship or one of the most hated, depending on which side you're on. But with that out of the way, I want to talk about some of my other favorite ships. One of them being Kinkachu and Turtle. I think this ship is done wonderfully. So, to recap, if you haven't gotten into that part of the book series yet, spoilers ahead. Probably should have said that before all this, but yeah. Turtle's sister Anemone puts Kinkachu under a spell to make Kinkachu love Turtle. Now, Turtle immediately realizes that these aren't Kinkachu's feelings. Even if they have truth to them, they're not her feelings, and that does not... And he's very good at recognizing that in this situation, Kinkachu is not saying things that she would normally say. And he quickly tries to reverse that as soon as he can towards the end of the books in this arc. And although it's very clear that Turtle wants to have a relationship with Kinkachu, he is respecting her boundaries as she is trying to come off from the spell that was put on her and figure out her emotions. Which I think is a great way to do this character. It's honestly really interesting. Now, that we've talked about two healthy relationships, let's talk about the toxic ones. Bring it back to Arctic and Foeslayer to start with. Arctic and Foeslayer's relationship started off well, and that was star-crossed lovers, and the reason it started off well is simply most likely that they were better friends than they were in a relationship. Because as soon as either one of them needed support, everything quickly kind of disintegrated from there. When Arctic was alone and away from what he'd known, he became toxic and not a good partner in the relationship, and also not a good father. They honestly shouldn't have ever gotten together, and I think Foeslayer would have been much better off on her own. Does that mean I don't like Arctic? Yes. There is no but there. I just don't like Arctic. But yeah. Overall, their relationship could have worked if it had stayed a friendship, but they rushed into a relationship too quickly without either of them really knowing what they were getting into. Now, for another toxic relationship. Clearsight and Darkstalker. Clearsight really tried the I can fix him trope. She tried, but she's a smart dragon and quickly realized that no, she cannot fix him. He is a lost cause. Darkstalker is egocentrical with a god complex. And part of that is from his family life and growing up where he did. And I think his book really did help to highlight why he is the way he was, but that doesn't excuse any of it. he didn't respect any of Clearsight's boundaries that she had set up. She didn't really enjoy the magic or spells that he cast because she knew it wasn't good for him. Although in the book we find out that it's not good for him. It's more of the power trip. Yep. Darkstalker basically constantly ignores what Clearsight is asking until she has no choice but to get that magic bracelet, and so on and so forth in the story. And Clearsight just keeps trying, and she really should have gotten out of that relationship as soon as possible. Which, with how Darkstalker is being Darkstalker, it was hard enough to get out of the relationship by the way that she did. I don't think it could have gone any other way. Now, characters themselves can be good characters without being good characters. If that, writing-wise, they can be good, character-wise, they can be bad. It's kind of like the reason why we love to hate villains. We know they're in the wrong, but they're very fun to read/watch. And overall, I think there are a lot of ships in Wings of Fire that are both really healthy, and a bunch of them that are definitely toxic. It kind of comes with the territory, and I think the book writes both sides very well in most cases. Now I'd like to talk about an underrated ship. I put it on the poll, and nobody voted for them. This ship is Fierce Teeth and Strong Wings. This ship is honestly underrated. If you don't know who Fierce Teeth and Strong Wings is, they're antagonists that are against Starflight and the Dragonets of Destiny. Why do I specifically point out Starflight? Because Fierce Teeth is Starflight's sister. So, Fierce Teeth starts off resenting Starflight for being able to live on the mainland. And that's kind of important for what we're going to talk about later. Now, both these characters, or dragons, are morally gray. They have pride for their tribe, and they want to get off the island that they were living on. But the way that they go about it isn't very good. They do end up in prison after Glory orders it. But when the Nightwings are under her control after Darkstalker, they are part of the group that goes off to start a new tribe, kind of off in the Old Kingdom. Although she starts off very rude and not very nice, if you read the Dragonet's Guide, or the Dragon Guide to the Dragon World, or whatever it is, you can see that she really does have a soft side for Starflight, although she doesn't show it very much. These two are one of the healthiest relationships in this book series, honestly. They support each other, and they have each other's backs no matter what. They're always there for each other, and honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a couple that was more in sync with what they wanted to do. They were ready to basically die for each other, I think. And as you read the Dragon Guide again, as I mentioned this, it really does shine through how together they are. They are definitely meant for each other, and not in the kind of way of, oh, they're both awful, they're meant for each other. They are morally gray characters that were doing the wrong thing for what they perceived as the right reasons. We've talked about canon ships that have gotten a good amount of spotlight, or at least enough information. But let's talk about a ship that we actually never see together. Let's talk about Coral and Gil. Now, I don't see these two talked about very often, but personally, from what I can gather in the books, they were a pretty healthy relationship as all things go, and they really did love each other very much. From what I can gather, all of this is from what I can gather because we never see them together. When Coral was busy or stressed, Gil was there to help run the kingdom. And when Gil went missing, Coral immediately did everything she could to get him back. Honestly, couple goals. And there's not much we can talk about with these characters since we never see them together. But from the way that Coral acts, she's very frantic, kind of feels like she always has to be doing something, from what I can see. I think Gil would have, or was, a very good support for her. Just to know that there was someone there, like an anchor. Especially with the Sea-Wing princess killer that ended up being the statue around, I think it really helped out. We've talked about some of my favorite ships and some of my least favorite ships. I want to hear in the comments what your favorite ship is, whether it's canon or headcanon or something completely bizarre that makes no sense. I want to hear it, because personally, I've heard a lot of diverse takes on Wings of Fire relationships. This Valentine's Day special was so much fun to make, and this is probably one of the best pieces I've made so far. I tried to do some dynamic posing, and as you'll see, in the end part, some beautiful background. Now, I couldn't decide on one background, so there did end up being a couple. Now, the heart ones, I feel like could end up being Valentine's Day cards, so if any of you want to use them as like a late Valentine's Day, I can like make a one for you guys. If you want a Valentine's Day card, I can use this to make one, but I think it's a little too complicated to be one right now. And that's kind of all that I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, because I enjoyed making it. And I will see you all next time, where I am once again doing my redraw of my character. I've been trying to hold off on that so I'm not bombarding you guys with redraws, because I know I did one not too long ago. But have a good night, day, evening, whatever. Bye!